An om is not an om at all. It starts with an ah sound, an apple bite ah sound. In Scottish language, there's several ahs. I don't know too many that are swear words, so I'm not mentioning one any just now, but like a good ah sound. And we start with that. And what you do is you go from this wide open mouth and you relax your jaw, and your jaw slowly relaxes. And that's all the om is. It's not the spoken word. It's more like a relaxing of your jaw and your lips very, very gently coming together at the end of it. Okay? And we don't sing an om. So you're not doing for someone in front of you. You're trying to do it within you, and I will give you tips how to get better at that. Okay, let's just try with a few. You can pause and try as long as you wish. Okay. You might have already felt a little bit of a resonance in you. And we now actually bring our hands on our body to feel the vibration. Maybe you found your favorite pitch, and we go with that. Mine's quite low. Trace it. Again, just pause and explore. So the next bit of a good om is not trying to make your om better. It's trying to have a gap after your om. So if there would be like an echo going into a valley, then it can echo out before you go next. And that would take maybe a little time, but what we aim for is after your om, you pause for a little moment, and then you, as if the wind and the earth and the plant life and everything would just cater to your breath, make your breath like a gift. You would want to take it in just really gently, like a precious gift, through your nose. So it's like smelling the air. You can use aromatherapy if you have something like that. If you have an orange flying around or something, I just scratch it a little and smell it. Really nice. It's more like the smelling the air in rather than taking a breath. Just explore that at the end of your om. So if your om is, let's say, half as long as mine or double as long as mine, just keep it going alongside of mine and let them bounce off each other. And they don't need to be the same pitch at all. Okay, let's try. Staying in that space, noticing the resonance, noticing anything, discomfort, comfort, emotions, numbness, any of it. Just notice. Just what does it feel right now? Not what it should feel, or what one should feel after OMS. And OM is the most non-judgmental thing you can do, even though everyone's like really self-conscious about doing an OM. The OM doesn't give a toss how long it is, how good it is, what pitch it is. If it starts and stops, it doesn't matter. It's life force energy. It's whatever you make it. So the best gift you can give to the OM is be present with it rather than trying to be different. Because as long as you're trying to aim for being more like this or like that, you're in the future, you're not here. So making peace with what you have just now is really the greatest gift out of the OM. Okay. Our next part is if you maybe don't have so much space around you that you can kind of like do a loud OM, how you can make it quieter and still get all the benefits from it. And that is by closing your ears. You will notice when I do it when my ears are closed, it's like much less loud. Okay, but it will feel actually much louder and much more internal and much more vibrationary than when you do it out loud, especially when you're doing it out loud on your own. It sometimes can feel a little bit so this makes it really big, like a big bell going into your head. You might notice, or just see if you can bring your awareness to the R sound starting, so we want to visualize it starting in the earth, Mother Earth. So that's like your grounding, your vibration of the earth coming through your base chakras, up, 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 up. And as you start relaxing your mouth and going on to the awe, it rises. And by the time you have a it's the heavens kind of like entering into your head. So imagine that an Om plugs you in to the bottom and the top. Really lovely. Okay, let's try that. Our hands with our palms, or you can use your fingers, whatever you prefer. I prefer to have my hands there, so I don't try to contort my shoulders, I just bring my palms over my ears. Same thing. Don't think about it just that the sound is the important thing. Between the sounds is probably the same importance, totally equal, even though it's silent. Okay? Very good. Oh, I love it. So the straighter you sit, the better it can resonate. The more relaxed you are with your muscles, so not holding yourself up straight, but just being comfortable. You might want to put a little cushion underneath you to sit comfortable, or sit with your back against the wall. That's all fine. So the muscle wants to relax, and the spine wants to erect itself, to lift up. So when my hands go here, it feels like more effort, more muscular effort. So this is much harder than doing this. But when you do this, quite often you hunch over. So this kind of encourages you to sit straight. So you can just build up to that. Okay. Next one. Are you ready? So we've done the Om with the ears closed. And you might have felt it coming up within you and then like resonating in your head. If not, keep practicing. Eventually that will happen, and that's fine. So we're looking for resonance rather than projection. So like singing inside of you for the benefit of the vibration, rather than singing outside of you to impress anyone. Okay. So the next one you could do when you can't sleep at night, when your mind's too busy. I find that is really, really good. It's a two-part way of doing it. So when you lie down, you can bring your fingers to your ear again. And you would do it in line with your knees bent or your legs straight, doesn't really matter. And you would just take the head vibration part of it if your mind is really busy. If you feel really ungrounded and you would feel like you would need a hug or something like that, but like a really well-meant hug, like a nourishing, non-judgmental, being held and being safe, because you might feel unsafe, you would go for an ah, only ah. And if you want to be centered and tap into your own heart vibration, you could just do an oh, like oh. So you're not doing like an oh like in school, like an ooh la la. It's more like a half open mouth oh for this one. For the head, busy thoughts. So you just try them just now. And it just goes like this. And it doesn't need to be loud at all. Also good to make sure your tummy is soft when you do that at night, so you breathe into your belly, a nice soft belly breathing. So you might find when you do the humming, especially at night, and especially if your mind's racing, that goes more like it doesn't sound like this at all. It starts, it stops. It doesn't really actually behave at all. Give it time. Just keep going. Don't judge it. Just allow it to just eventually flow. Even if you do 20 of those, and by the end of it they are half flowing, that's fine. It all is good. It's not beneficial just because it's not like all kind of like the same. It's all good. All of it has benefit. So when your mind is racing again, if you can extend your pause after the exhalation, that's fine. If that's not achievable, that's not wrong. Just don't do it. Just hum, whatever you need. That's all fine. Yeah. So whatever variation your body adapts to, is good. And just stay with that, and just hold the vision of that it's more important to be present, and as present as like that, than to be perfect.